Well, according to the forecast I saw, the snow wasn't supposed to start till central Kansas and then kind of move up this way, which is what it did. And I guess the further east you went, the deeper it got. Because I heard there, some of the places back east got like a foot of snow.
We got probably about 4 inches because it had been warm. Eldon.
Yeah, we had 4.5. It kind of started melting yesterday afternoon. The wind was the worst part about it, though. And it was a heavy, wet snow, too, which shouldn't surprise me, I guess, this time of year, just because of springtime and moisture and stuff, so.
Yeah.
But I decided yesterday if we were gonna have a snow day, I was gonna utilize it the best that I could. So I went ahead and it took me about an hour, but I went ahead and colored the one image for t-shirts. And then I kind of was messing around with the shop, kind of got things the way that I wanted it and stuff, and I was looking around at items that I could add and stuff, got a few more ideas, but
Yes. Oh, that's right.
yeah, but it's not the same save as what
No.
I restarted it.
I mean, that's okay.
Country hits 98.6 KUNTFM Creek.
Well, on Riverbend Springs, been working on that offline. That's the main map on 25.
Yeah.
Main base game map. Well, I've been working on that game save off stream, and I am up to. I've got 2 windmills, and I counted them last night because someone was asking me. I have 30 solar panels on it now.
Okay, so you're doing like the spiff and Breton.
Yeah, yes and no, because I'm not
No,
doing it to like.
That's what I thought.
I'm not doing it to.
Well, not to exploit the game. I know that. But
Yeah, but I only got about like a third of my field, and I was talking to a friend because we've been comparing notes for the last few months, and he asked me how many I had, and I counted, and I said, well, I have 30 of them, and he's like, holy cow. And I said, well, I was gonna add more, but I said, you act surprised, maybe I shouldn't.
I mean,
I was gonna fill the whole field. The only problem with that is I'm having to do hay up the yin yang to make silage, which is okay because that's a good way to make money. But like I'm getting to a point where it's like also kind of boring because I'm doing the same thing over and over and over. And so, what I guess where I'm at right now, I get about 100, sometimes more, sometimes less, but roughly about 100,000 a month. So I'm trying to decide if I should just call it good, and because like I'm to the point now where it's like if I can't afford something, I can wait about 4 or 5 months and then I can afford it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not to a point where I'm generating like $1 million, but I'm also not to a point where like if I'm patient and wait long enough, I can afford whatever I want.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to decide where's a good place to stop with the solar panels.
Well, like I said, the spiff and spread just kept putting them everywhere.
Well, see, now I do have that there is a limit because I am going to not do any more than what this field can fit. Was my original thought. I didn't know that it was going to hold, 90 solar panels. The other thing I'm worried about is how many solar panels can I fit on a map before the map breaks.
Well, he did that. Forget. And I forget, but like I said, how much does it generate though, revenue-wise?
I think one panel makes like 3,000, but it's not always continuous.
Yeah.
For some reason, there's fluctuations. Some months it makes more, and some months it makes less. I don't know, between the two windmills and the solar panels, you would think I'd make a lot more than what I do, but I think on a bad month I make about 30,000. Or no, I take that back. On a bad month I make about 70,000. I don't know why I said 30,000. On a bad month I make about 70,000, and then most months I make about 125,000. But anyways, he was like, my friend was like shocked I had so many on there, and I finally said, I better keep a tally of how many of these, because they're like $98,000 a piece, and then the two windmills are like 750,000, and I'm like, I need to keep
deal. Then you'll really freak out.
Well, I decided I better start. Now, granted, the game doesn't show any sign that it's going to break or anything. You know, it's not like slowing down or having any loading issues when I jump into it or anything. But I'm like, what happens if one day I can't get into it? And it's like, I've spent all this time and all this money. I wanted to keep track of stuff, so if I did decide, okay, well, 91 broke the map, or, like 71 broke the map on solar panels, so I can add 70 and be okay, or 65 and give myself a little bit of a cushion or something, and then on top of that, like, basically I could almost pick up where I left off. I just have to restart the map again, But I could figure out how much money I actually had in the map. It's part of the reason why I started keeping a tally now.
Well, yeah. Now I almost want to go watch back of the video, because I mean it's just kind of funny.
Well, you gotta also remember,
he
did that in 22. He didn't do that. I'm doing this in 25.
Well, right, but I mean, yeah, that was in 22, because I imagine stuff like that. So.
But I'm like, where do you draw the line at? Because like, I mostly got enough now that I can do kind of whatever I want, or do I do whatever I want, and then when I can add a solar panel, I should just add a solar panel.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what. Cause I'm getting tired of doing hay all the time. But I need at least one field of it because I've been running. Um, I've been I've been growing Angus and selling them. So I've got to have at least one field of grass so that I can make silage for them.
Dirty boots kicked off in the barn. Spending my last dime on a two-bit
I'm gonna go back the other way.
whiskey bottle rolled under the straw. Dreams left shattered by a whiskey jaw.
Actually,
Cornfields dry like my old cowboy
Oh, it's not very full at all.
in the soil that's tar.
For some reason, I don't know if this combine is like.
Found my sin.
It shouldn't be, but for some reason, this combine isn't like. Either that or the yield isn't very good on this, but. I think it's more that, I kind of wonder if this combine isn't
like the
jacked up a little bit.
yeah. That- probably a bot, but
Guitar strings snapping like my
you're not a bot. Say hi again.
roadhouse where my life devolved.
I never could.
Shaky hands holding memories close. Yet I lost more than most folks know. Falling down, nobody's around. Silent screams in a sleepy town. Empty pockets can't buy back time. Echoes of regret on my mind.
No, she responded.
Oh. Well, I never know if the people in my chat or if they're bots or not. I don't usually get a lot of chatters, which, welcome. You're not a bot. Sorry for accusing you if you were. How'd you find my stream? Or are you a follower?
Cornfields dry like my old cowpoke heart. Plow my soul in a soil that's tar. Smoky bar stool where I drown my sin. Bottle of cheap, never felt it again. Whiskey and women drain my
Yeah, I'm just trying to clean this up around here.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I kind of like about this map, because I guess you have to kind of drive.
Yeah.
stand, but I'd
Okay, what category is that? What is I think I tagged this as Farming Simulator 22. We usually just talk about actually, speaking of which, you had some topics. I forgot to respond to the text.
Yeah. I can't remember what the one
I
was.
can't remember what it is. I'd have oh good, FS22. Well, I haven't gotten 25 yet. Friend here had.
You should look because the DLC came
Well,
out.
I was
week.
actually thinking about it when I was firing this up. Thinking about the lower, but getting it. I've gotten my money's worth out of this one.
See, I'm holding.
Yeah, well, this is just a stream where we stream different maps and chat about anything or everything. Welcome in. Like this, I guess you're over on Twitch. Also simulcasting on YouTube. YouTube is where my home is. Not so much in Twitch.
Oh, I know one of them. Okay, I went back and looked. So one of them was about the fish tank setup I saw.
Oh, okay.
So I think you saw the picture of that fish that I got for free.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that local
So-
or
Well,
Like
it was in Hastings.
yeah. That's still kind of local in a way.
So this fish it's a big fish. It's not as big as the Oscar, but it's a big fish. Anyways, it was systematically killing its tank mates, and so that's why the guy was getting rid of it. And it's a beautiful fish. And I was like, I didn't know. I was thinking about whether I should get it or not. I don't know. I haven't hauled over it. Well, anyways, I finally decide to go get it and work it out so I could go get it. So I go over there and so he takes me back to where the fish tank is. He built a man cave in the back of his garage, which was kind of cool. Had a TV and a little, maybe about a size of a love seat back there or whatever, so he could watch TV, and you could tell it was just kind of a typical, just his own space, whatever. Well, he had his fish tank back there, and he's like, yeah, he goes, I made it so that I can make my water changes real easy, and I go, and he goes, yeah, he goes, all I have to do is, I flip this one valve, and he flips it on, and the fish tank starts draining, and he gets it down to a point, and then he says, and all I have to do now is just flip this other valve, and it turns the water on, and he's like, I can literally do a water change in like 2 minutes, and I was like, that's cool, because I have to do them with pitchers and buckets, and or siphon the water out until it gets to the point where it's so empty, and then pitchers and buckets, and it takes like an afternoon, and but I thought that was really cool. I've never seen a setup quite like that before. I had somewhat of a similar idea, because I had bought at one point in time this, it's supposed to be a vacuum, and then it also refills if you flip the valve open, but it was made to screw to your kitchen sink to the end of the tip. And I never really got it out until I saw that. It was like, man, that would be so much easier. So I started looking at it, and I found out I don't have the right fittings for it yet. So, but anyways, I just thought that was pretty cool. How he just flipped it over, and it reminded me actually of Brad's setup that he had on that one that he built for himself, that 200-gallon he made. Was he had it set up so that he'd take a plug out of the middle of the tank, and it would drain all this stuff out of the.
I kind of wondered what he does for his setup.
Well, I don't know that he has that tank anymore, because he was trying to sell it before they moved houses. But when he built his own 200-gallon tank, and then he set it up that way so that it was easy to drain. Actually, I don't know if he's still got his fish now or not.
Still got his birds? I mean, and over there.
Well, No, I've only been to his new house like once. I was over at his old house like several times. Last I knew, he still had them.
Because he was.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. He had fish, but well, last I knew he still had fish, but that was years ago since I got the last one from him, and I think he was trying to get out of, maybe get out of cichlids and just go with something a little bit more peaceful. He also, like, when he was at the other house, he had a room out in the garage. The house he had, actually, the people before him, because I think Brooke knew the story or knew him or something. I don't know, but they had turtles, and so they built a room out in their garage, to house these turtles in, and so then Brad used that for his fish room, and I think most of his tanks were in there except for maybe one. And then when they moved, I think he kept the 125 if I remember right, and then he was trying to sell the rest. Okay, and then throw that in the elevator. There's one more field way over here to get. I believe it needs to be harvested.
That's all. That's all.
Bartender's my therapist, pouring hope.
Well, you're right next.
Yeah,
You're right next. Yeah.
Yeah, I see my chatter there.
Oh.
Yeah. I can help.
One of the guys that I see in Gold's channel popped into mine earlier. Said hi.
Yeah, like I said, I've been trying to get especially on YouTube, involved in. It's 10, 15. I think that's pretty good.
Last night he had 26.
Okay, see, that's pretty good. Where he's got a lot of.
And he's trying to get 500 followers, and he's like, I think when we ended last night, he was at 70. And when he gets to 500, he's gonna give away a
like
I believe it's a wheel.
Yeah.
He's gonna give a wheel and a pedal away.
I was in on one of those.
Actually, Bearded, the one that popped into mine, he's been sharing on he's been sharing it with his groups his group to follow. because I've seen it pop up.
We were young, wild and free. After made the days fly by. Now it's just a memory. Feels like I could cry.
And I've been watching a lot playing. Actually, with somebody. Actually, it's kind of entertaining. I mean, stream is kind of entertaining. Yeah.
Yeah.
Found kind of way they do this. Trying to protect it. And when you're kind of in between, you know, it takes some. They both accidentally getting in each other's car, stuff, you know. Like you can tell it's not on purpose. You know, and, hey man, you know, let me in, kind of.
Yeah. I had something kind of a little weird the other, it was about a month ago, maybe it's a month and a half ago. I had Rockstar email me a survey about online playing. I randomly got selected, I guess. So I went ahead and filled it out. And I gave them my honest opinion. I mean, I was like, I like the game and stuff, but I'm like, the online stuff, I would be nicer if they would set it up so that you, it is nice to play with friends and stuff, but it would also be nice if they had something set up where you didn't have to, if you could work on your own, or if you didn't have someone that could join you, you know, like Fortnite, you can jump into a match as a solo.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a
team.
You don't have to have a team, Grand Theft isn't really set up that way. They set everything up so that you pretty much have to have a team to complete most of the missions, in my opinion.
So you can't just play the online map and then.
Yeah, actually you can. So say there are, if you're doing something and you need like 4 people, like a crew.
Okay.
And you don't have a crew.
Require 4 people. Thanks.
Yeah. So if you need a crew, you do is you tell the game that you need a crew, and it'll go out and they'll find you 4 people that need to do the same mission, or 3 other people that need to do that mission, or are willing to do that mission with you.
Yeah.
It'll do that, but I guess, for example, when you're playing online, one of the very first things, if you're gonna actually try and set up businesses and stuff, is like the motorcycle club. And to get beer for the motorcycle club, you need to go steal it from basically a rival. Well, it's the other motorcycle club is called the Lost and the Damned, and you need to go steal the liquor from them. Well, usually you need to have, unless it's a short distance or whatever, you usually need to have 2 people, because you need to have 1 person driving and you need to have 1 person shooting. And even then it's still hard, because they've glitched the game so that so you don't just have an easy run there. They like insert an invisible motorcycle underneath a vein you're trying to drive like halfway through the mission and make it impossible for you to drive. Um, they just do stupid, silly stuff like that, and it's like, why can't you make it so that if I were playing by myself and I needed to go run and get on an alcohol run or whatever, and say I do need this deal, why does it have to be like 7 members of a motorcycle gang chasing me down? Why can't it just be like 2 or 3 that just have to get away from, you know? Why does it have to be the whole entire gang? Why can't it just be like a couple? And why does the van have to glitch out with the invisible motorcycle? And and I mean it's not every time, but I would say it's about 80% of the time you get that glitch. And I know they've had to have programmed that in there because it just keeps doing it over. It's too much of a coincidence not to. And you can tell what it is because it's just basically like when you're running something over, it's jacked up like that, and it's a motorcycle that's just permanently stuck under your vehicle that you can never get rid of until the game decides to let you get rid of it. And then there's other missions where you do gun runs and stuff, and there again you almost have to have a second person with you, and those kinds of missions you can't. Those aren't the kinds of missions where you can tell the game we need another person on your crew. You already have to have it.
Funny, I was watching him play one where I don't know, like they had to stuff based on. I think it was funny because like they didn't realize at first, like yeah, if you walk through the toxic waste, you're hell. But they kept having to, because like the bad guys, there's a helicopter. And, 2 of them, they just couldn't get all the guns in.
Yeah. Stay where you're at.
Well, I think that was it. That's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were having a hard time. Seemed like the game was making it a bit of a hard time.
Yeah, well, it does, and that was my problem, and that's what I was trying. You know, that's what I tried to tell him in my survey. Is like, I was like, I understand, you know, when I'm playing with someone else or whatever, that the missions are set up for 2 people, but the other thing I wrote on there too is I don't like how they just immediately dump you in a public server, because if someone decides to in a public server, that, you know, like, I've literally just walked out of my apartment and had someone gun me down, and like I didn't even know what happened.
Yeah.
I just all of a sudden this car comes around the corner and shoots me and I'm dead. And it's like, that's the other thing, you know, I don't like is just instantly getting dumped in a server. Why can't you set it up so that I could just if I want to just play the game and work on it and stuff, that I can do that. Why do I have to?
Isn't that
be
like
in this?
how like other games, like something like that, kind of that problem with?
Yes
You
and
just
no.
kind of
You mean
you
like,
start and you get shot.
Yes and no, because like like in Fortnite, you actually have to get you have to land somewhere and find a weapon. It's not just given to you right off the bat. And the other thing is like your rank. So when you start the game, you're not necessarily supposed to be starting with like playing against
The vast.
skilled players. You're supposed to be going up against people that are a little bit more in your realm until you've been tested to it. And you know, it's a little bit different than when I started that game, because when I started that game, yeah, you didn't have I had to play the battle royale for the longest time because I went matches and matches and matches before I even got my first kill. All right. Ooh. Well, that's there's a fertilizing contract. Oh, for 14,000. Because we don't really just have money. I guess it depends on how serious we want to play this one. We may not be able to play this seriously. Or as seriously.
Say,
I'm just happy that we got the sheds back. Because that was one of the things I wanted. Okay.
well, I might not. I mean, I can start some. So yeah, if there's something you want to start, we'll start.
Well, the thing is, like, where'd you get the truck from?
It was up here in the. I didn't know we'd need the truck. You know, like you'd buy it. It was just trailer and.
Wanted posters on every wall. Command answers every call. Fast draw nights, cold outlaw days. Empty road, nowhere to stay. Songs trapped inside my head. Wishing for a stage instead. I ain't no stage king, no guitar hero.
Oh, this is okay. This is broken apart because there's the other half of the green trailers over there.
Yeah. Oh, figure we needed both. And it's this shed thing that I had to.
I don't know if I can get this back in this.
That was the.
I don't know if I'm gonna get this back in there or not.
I didn't.
Well,
I was trying to back it in that other one, and I was like, "Oh, that's right. There's." Why couldn't it get- Well, these articulated ones, and I have a helmet. Anyway, just.
Well, I don't want to get rambunctious with the money, but we may have to like just look with a blind eye at because if we need 2 sets of equipment and stuff, I'll grab this one and then oops. Grab this one. I might just sell the. I'm not so keen on doing cows on this map, but. Okay, this is what we need. You can hook up to that one. That one's solid fruit. Liquid fruit. Seeds. We do not have. Do we have one for lime? Can you jump out of that one for a second? Okay. I hope it's filling up with lime. I think it is. Well, it's either lime or solid fruit, and really need to have lime in it. Oops, gotta go this way. Oh, we own a few fields. See, this is different than when I played it on 19. Because we own several fields. And when I played it on 19, we only owned 3.
We own that big one that's down and out by the highway there.
I guess it depends on what highway you're talking about.
Oh, the one down the hill. Out of here.
By a cornfield. I'm assuming that's the one you're talking about.
I don't know what.
Yeah. I don't know where you're at because your stream. I don't think it's your stream necessarily, but I can.
Well,
it's just spinning. No, I won't, cause my internet on your stream is just spinning. Wow.
I don't know. I've never really.
Yeah, this map with everything put into it is nice. That's why I wanted to, kind of why I wanted to restart it. This is a good map. Now that they've made the changes they have and stuff, and what I'm seeing being done in 25, I hope they bring this map over to 25, because it would be a good map, a fun map. we're running out of money.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We may have to just. I may just have to say the heck with it. Yeah, I may just have to say we'll just have to have a blind eye to do this one just more for fun. We've got other maps that we're trying to more seriously play anyways, so. Plus, hopefully we'll switch over to 25 eventually, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna. Kid.
Yep.
Android. Graphics card 1050. Wow. 60. So I barely have the. Didn't realize that. Could be. Yeah, I'm gonna be lower end of. I don't get what the one. What the hell's the 1-year bundle? Oh, it's got expansion. What's? It's $50. Which? Is that what it's?
Yep.
Well, pretty. Like I said, I think I paid. Hell no. I don't know. It seemed like maybe it was $40.
Yeah. Well, when I bought 22, it was like $70 with all the stuff.
Well, right. I didn't buy, and you're more serious about it, so it's definitely worth it. It is. I mean, I've got my $50 or whatever. I'll get my $50 out.
How are you still filling up?
It's 86%. It's
Jesus.
yeah. Yeah, I thought, oh, this will take. Looking at their. Actually, I'm looking. They need to come out. I'm looking. The missed opportunity to put the lizard logo on like I did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just made it.
Speaking of that, so I showed there's this one guy I knew, and I knew he made your. Oh, you're not full. I thought maybe it stopped running money.
I mean,
there's
getting close.
There's this guy at work that he makes his own shirts and stuff, and I think he bought the one that's called Cricket.
Yeah.
And yeah, now you're full. And anyways, so I showed him, what I made, and so then we got to talking about that. He's like, well, who'd you go with? And I said, well, I said I set it up with a company that that's broadcast my video. I guess I don't know how else to say it, but like it's because it's through Streamlabs. But I'm like, just to make it easier.
I forgot who you went. But yeah,
Well,
Streamlabs.
for this one, because this is quick and simple and basic and integrated and everything, I went with Streamlabs. There's I didn't go with the Teespring one because
Oh well,
because
no,
this
I
one
wouldn't
was-
have gone with them.
This one is because this is more simplistic than what I originally had in mind, and eventually I want to do stuff on the other one too, but
Well, my new one, I shut down.
Oh.
But the new spread shirt, that's it.
well, yeah, okay, maybe that was the
Well,
one I was
that's
thinking.
probably what you meant. But anyway, whatever. I guess I hadn't told you. I mean, I haven't bought anything. But as far as setting it up and the layout of the store and doing the designs and getting things the way you want it and show up, mostly to show up in the store. Way better. And they got way more stuff. Like just versions of stuff and better quality. Like they have, like, for example, Under Armour brand things. I know as a quality garment, or I know what it feels like, where it's like Teespring, even their premium stuff. Like I bought some, and like not that nice kind of like soft. I tried it, but anyway, they have better looking stuff. And then the store itself has more customizability as far as how it can look, colors, just so it's even letting.
Well, I
No, I
didn't,
mean,
because
when you
that was
get
one.
there-
That was one of the things I was thinking about. Not that I want every piece of clothing to be that way, but I'm like the whole point of, or what I had in mind a few years ago was like, well, if I could design my own shirts and stuff, maybe I could kind of get away from wearing brands, or at least if I'm gonna wear a brand, it's my brand,
Right. Well, and see, I'm not there yet, but I that's me too. It is. Yeah, and again, I pro designer or whatever, but I generally like what I've made and
Yeah.
so far, and I need that. I just haven't made the purchase, but I need to wear them in the videos, and just weed through some of my, like I said, my branded stuff. I mean, granted, I'm getting old, like, certain graphic tees, like, not gonna go be shopping at PacSun, or
Yeah, no, I haven't.
not that
in
I have
years.
in a long time, but I'm not. I just am not much like that. I mean, again, bought a FMFT Rocky Mountain. That's the only reason I bought it. And I'm like, well, what would I want to wear? And I was like, well, I kind of just always have liked the FMF logo, and they had this one kind of more like red, white, and blue, like a flag type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's I could wear that. And it's it's kind of like one of those things. A little bit of it is it's obscure enough that the average people you want to know who know what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyways, so one of the things I was thinking about was like,
oh, I know, stickers.
looking through-
Spreadshirt stickers are look. I mean, I haven't bought one yet, but but I've seen pictures and they look more quality and more options than what you do with Teespring. Of course, there's tons of places, but anyway, that's the other thing. There's like actually some stickers I want to make up. Hope that's something like. Think about that too when you get there. Like, what would make a good sticker?
Yeah. Well, so I was, like I said, I was trying to get away from wearing brands, or like wearing brands and making my own and whatever. But I like, what do I do? I think the one I have, they do have. I could probably find some gym shorts and stuff in there, but like you bringing up Under Armour and stuff is like, well, actually that would probably be perfect then.
Well, and they do have shorts like sweatpants, like not just sweatpants, but like I don't know which one, not just tearaways, but like athletic, like something you'd work out in. Like, I mean,
joggers.
They got like for women and stuff, they got the leggings or everything, yoga pants, that kind of thing, events in them and stuff. But they got the guy version of that stuff, I guess. Trying to say there too. But they also they have Champion. They have other like good active wear stuff. I guess that's what I.
So the thing is, when I made that logo, because obviously I made it so that it had my gamer name or my stream name on it, but when I did the skull, because I did that part first, I made sure to save that image. Not that I couldn't remove the skull crusher part, but I made sure to save that image separately, because it's like, well, I'm probably going to want to use that image, just the skull itself, on stuff. So I saved a file of just the skull and the bones, and then now I've got my own version of that too, besides the stream one. So then that's where I'm like thinking like I can make, basically I can, even though it won't have my name on it and stuff, I can essentially make my own clothing now.
Yeah.
Which is what I wanted in the beginning anyways, because I'm like, if I'm gonna wear a brand, I'm gonna wear mine, or I'm gonna wear what I want.
Well, I'm experimenting
without promoting someone that like is a big multi-million-dollar company.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing. I'm experimenting with almost kind of like, in a way, me, that like close to my brand, so like the 99 Problems.
Yeah.
One down, 5 up.
We had a few ideas like that too.
I have another one. I'm not thinking. I can't. It's kind of similar. Then I got ideas for like my niche.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some silhouetted like graphics related to that.
Well, I think the next thing I'm gonna do now that I put that up, and then I ordered myself a hoodie and a shirt, because it's like part of it is I want to see how it comes out, because maybe it's not gonna come out the way that I want at all, and then the other part is like just to be able to buy the very first. Just be able to say that I bought the very first one I put out.
Yeah.
But I have like 2 or 3 other things that I've designed that are like, one of them. So I've been I was looking through the shop when I was setting it up, and I'm like, well, I kind of like that shirt, or I like that hoodie, or whatever. And it's like I really would like like to add one of my logos, one of the two logos I currently have, and then I got to thinking about it. I was like, well, I've got these other logos, and one of them would. So that part I did yesterday probably took me an hour, and the only reason it took me an hour was there was there's a little bit of I had to go back and kind of readjust things as I was doing them. On uh, one of them I think I did wrong. Let's see. I did something wrong once, and then part of it was I lost some information. It didn't get saved, and I had to go back and redo it again. And just the frustrating stuff that you deal with sometimes with computer programs and whatnot. But anyways, I was like thinking about it tonight. I was like, well, that other hoodie that I want, or that other shirt I want, I was like, I should use my other logo I have designed that I need to color up. It probably wouldn't take me too long to do it. I just need to spend an. If it took me an hour to do what I did last night, then I probably can do the other one in the minimum of an hour. So I might have. That's where I was kind of like when I made my post yesterday. I was like, I'm like, I'll have more stuff coming out eventually, but I didn't want to just like. I didn't want to throw too much out there too, and I'm still kind of trying to figure some things out. But I figured that was a good start. I may readjust the coffee cup, which I did not order that one, but I'm not a huge coffee drinker, so. You know, and the other part about designing it is, if I'm getting paid, or if I'm getting paid a little bit of something, so say I'm the only one that buys the design, you know, it's like, well, in a roundabout way, I'm like, so I'm the only one that buys the shirt, whatever, you know, I make, I don't know, $2 off the shirt or whatever, like, eventually, I mean, granted, I'm not gonna get all my money back, but essentially, I'm in a roundabout way getting a little bit of my money back.
Yeah.
Because I'm paying myself.
Well, that's. Yeah, I mean, that's. Like with Spreadshirt, I forget what the margin is. Yeah, a few bucks. But I'm not.
No.
That's not gonna
I don't
happen.
know where
It's more
I
just
don't
to.
know.
It's more just to say, to be able to say, I have my own.
Yeah.
I can wear.
Yeah.
That's for me.
Yep.
It's because
Yeah.
well, how many other how many other people do you know, like workers, acquaintances, or have can do that or have that.
I only know of one, and that was because I already kind of told you about him.
Yeah. Well,
That
that's
he
the
has
thing.
his
It's
own.
like
He has his own setup.
Well, it's funny because like I don't have very good. I don't like people enough. I can't.
Suits and ties can't hold me down. Trading stock for pasture ground. Calloused hands I wear with pride. Finally feeling alive inside. Woke up early to the rooster's call. Living simple, breaking the fall. Traded comfort for
You want it in there? You can. But I suppose.
Okay.
Enough. I had a little bit of technical difficulty. Started.
Yeah.
You were a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I probably. But yeah, this is a fun map, so back to the
Yeah. I think the next one, because I think we're gonna keep a rotation of 4 until we switch off of this. So I'm gonna do the Australian one next, and then we'll just rotate around. And if there's a night that you like, you text and say, hey, let's do that. I'm feeling this map or whatever. Then. But I think that that's kind of originally that's why I restarted everything, and that's what I was thinking was that we would just rotate around them.
Yeah, and I like that. Bit different.